mean stuff, like we're gonna stick you in this big crate that's gonna close on you.
Clean it.
And the worst time, you don't know. Dunk the basketball and literally so. You go get some soda now? Yeah.
Ready?
Nice.
What up, fight fans? Welcome to another episode of Training with a Fighter. I'm your host, Lisa Marie. We're here at F3 where Casey Williams trains out of. Casey will be making his way into the cage on September 22nd under Premier Fight Series 2. Okay, so understand that one of your sponsors is Crusade MMA. Let's talk about them and how's it like to be sponsored by someone like that?
Oh, it's great. You know, Crusade MMA has been fantastic from a sponsorship perspective, and then also, you know, I love what Crusade MMA stands for. You know, it's a faith-based mixed martial arts apparel company, but they've also branched out and are looking to do things from a spiritual coaching side as well.
So you're signed with Rec One Management. How's that like, and how long you've been signed with them?
It's been great. You know, Raphael's been my manager since I started here, but we made it official once I turned into my professional career. But you know, he's great. He has a lot of great relationships in the sport. You know, especially having Johnny in the UFC. So it's a great resource to have, and I know he's always out for my best interest.
For a fighter, a W is always very important. But how important is this fight for you to get back on your winning streak?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, this fight is, you know, the most important fight of my life and my career. You know, and every fight is, but coming off a loss, it's extremely important to, you know, get back on the winning track.
So who are you going to be fighting?
I'm fighting a guy by the name of Kevin McGee. He's got 4 pro fights right now out of East Texas. And it's been a while since he's fought, but I know he's real good. He likes to stand up and bang.
I know training is always a big thing for a fighter, especially when the fight is just around the corner. So what's your training like on a Saturday?
Today we're going to get into you know, some mitt work, get a couple rounds of some sparring in, at least an hour and a half dedicated towards wrestling.
You just got through doing 3 rounds of sparring with Dakota, and the interesting thing about this is that you're able to spar in a cage that you're about to fight in. So what's it like? Is there a perk to that?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. You know, the more comfortable you get the place you're going to fight, you know, the more comfortable you're going to be on fight night. Yeah, so I feel like that's a tremendous advantage, being able to train in the cage you're fighting.
I'm going to hit you in the face one of these days.
One of these days, man.
One of these days, that right hand, I'm going to get you.
Your opponent, he hasn't fought in 2 years, so that's some ring rust. I mean, especially coming from someone who hadn't fought in 2 years and going in there, it does take a toll on someone who hasn't done it in a long time. Do you think that's an advantage for you?
Well, it depends on whether or not he's been training for the last 2 years.
Right.
You know, if he's stopped training MMA, and I know he's involved with CrossFit, and so am I.
So he's probably still...
He'll probably be well conditioned. Now, it's going to be a matter of, has he been training MMA? If he has been, I don't think there's going to be too much of a disadvantage to him.
Right.
You know, he could have been improving that whole time, but him not competing, I'd like to think that there's going to be a little rust.
The lights, the people, the camera, the nerves, all that takes, you know, it's involved on fight night, and maybe he hasn't felt like that in 2 years, and sometimes that can play a huge toll on someone. It's like, man, I haven't been in this position for 2 years, so I'm hoping that could be an advantage. Do you think so? I mean, as a fighter, you know, being in the cage and all of these things outside going on?
You know, it's funny. I actually I don't see anything outside the chain link fence. It's
Really?
like a blur in there. The only thing I can see is the guy across from me and the ref, and the only thing I hear is my corner. So I kind of zone out while I'm in there. But you know, as far as thinking that he's going to have a disadvantage, I can't have that in my head. I've got to think that he's going to be the best he's ever been, coming in, you know, with no rust at all.
So I'm ready to take your wrestling class and see what that's like.
Let's do it. All right, guys, get 2 lines. Right back up into your stance after every roll. Back his arm down, circle, circle, circle. Pivot and roll. There you go. Pushing, pulling, circling. Then I have his back. There you go. Time. All right, guys. It's going to be at the Gray Field. It's where the Fort Worth Cats play. It's a minor league baseball stadium, which I'm a huge baseball fan, so it's very cool. But Babe Ruth's played there. There's been a lot of the baseball greats that have played at the stadium. So if you haven't been, you're an MMA fan and baseball fan, this is definitely going to be a really cool event. Come check it out.
Now, do you think, I don't know if you ever fought outside. Have you ever fought outside before? This is
Not sanctioned. Not sanctioned. I've gotten in a few tussles.
What would you like to see going into that fight?
You know, I just want to go out there and be at my best, you know, and fight smart. I'm not going to try to go in there with any one game plan. He's a well-rounded guy, so my game plan is going to be to win any situation that I'm in, and we've been doing a lot of situational training for that. I'd love to have a knockout or a submission. You know, still to this day, I said I haven't had a fight go the distance. I don't plan on that changing. You know, win or lose, I go in there and go for broke. So
Casey, any last words to your opponent?
No, I don't know much about him, so no disrespect. I'm coming to win, coming to fight. See you on the 22nd.
Well, there you have it, Casey Williams. You know, this brings a wrap to Training with a Fighter. How about you sign us off? Sounds good.
You're watching UFFL Combat TV. You've just been hit. Got to give all my thanks and credit to God. You know, He gives me the strength and the ability to go out here and do this every day and to do what I love. So I just feel super blessed by that. Got to give a big thank you to my wife and son, Kara and Ripken, who my wife is expecting right now. We just found out. So pretty exciting news. Our family's growing. So a big thanks to her because you know, she has to deal with me training all the time and working. So it's so nice to have that support system at home, and then you know, the rest of my family is so supportive. But also you know, everybody at Fitness Fight Factory, all my training partners and sponsors like Crusade MMA, CrossFit 817 in Keller, Texas. I got Dom Fight Gear that's always been real supportive, and Saved Christian Apparel, and of course Rec One Management.
What up, fight fans? We're here at Fitness Fighting Factory?
Fitness Fight Factory.
F3? No, Fitness Factory.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
UFFL
Fitness Fighting Factory.
No,
3.
no, Fitness Fight Factory.
Fitness Fight Factory.
Yeah, F3.
Oh, okay. Just.
Yeah, we're recording.
What up, fight fans? The Illuminati.
Alliance. No, that's what there is, right? You guys are in a triangle. Just like.
What the hell's wrong with me? I think I had too many.
Oh, yeah, that 5-hour energy.
Yeah, I have too much energy right now. I'm jittery.
I haven't had one in a while.
I'm like jittery right now, seriously.